Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hopefully you can all hear me okay. We've got no technical issues this week. I am trying a new microphone out as well, but my voice sounds like this because I am poorly. It's not the COVID though, it is just, I think I've got plain germs from last week still. Grant Talks Funny Bits, let me just check. There we go. I can hear me there. Let me know in the comment section where you are watching from. This is going to be an interesting one tonight. Richard Cole is first comment. There we go, Richard Cole. Hopefully you are well. I don't know why we've gone all blue tonight. Let me just change that over. There we go. Apply. We should be back to purple again now. Let's check Richard Cole out. There he is there. Other than that there. Sunny Canada. So, Grant Talks Funny Bits. It's been quite interesting. We've had a couple of weeks off because I actually had some shows, some actual hypnosis shows on a Thursday, which was brilliant. And then I was doing a bit of traveling over to that there America. And whilst I was over there, it was quite interesting. I enjoyed myself. And then when I got back, it was really interesting. Tonight's guest, we've been talking for some time. And it was weird because whilst I was in the States, I said to a couple of people, I went, "Oh, I'm really excited." There we go. Leopold says, "Excited for this one." Me too, Leopold. Roy Miller is here as well. All the gang is the forming. And I remember speaking to a couple of people saying, "Oh, this is the guest that I'm coming on. I'm really excited." And they've gone, "Well, what have you got him on for?" And I've gone, "How could this be a podcast, a live stream about stage hypnosis without this gentleman on?" So, without further ado, and to give him his proper title, as Muhammad Ali himself says, the greatest hypnotist of all time, please make some noise. Do the applause emoji in the comment section. Have your questions ready, but be respectful, Alex. Please make some noise for the one, the only, the myth, the legend that is Mr. Justin Tranz. Boom.
Yeah.
There he is.
It's me.
It is
I
you.
am me.
There we go.
Well, thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. I mean,
Jason W. Morgan says, "I've got the popcorn ready."
it's going to be a good one. Yeah.
Darren Fraser says, "Tonight's going to be a great one." Some applause is going on. Natasha Stanley says, "Hey, you. Excited to be here. Hello, hope everyone is good." So yes, everybody's here. People are here. Everyone's excited. 18 people in the comment section already. So first things first, how are you?
I'm fabulous, just like you and everybody here.
That is the best way to be. I think it's fair to say when it got announced that we were doing this, and we have been talking about this for some time as well.
We have been.
We have. And when
for like what, a year or more, I don't know. We've been talking about it for like a long time doing this.
Exactly. And it's fair to say that some people online may have took not offense, but they kind of want to put some stuff out there. Yeah. So,
well, let's start off like this. Tall trees catch a lot of wind. Okay.
I like that.
When you are as successful as I am, compared to all of the haters, okay, they don't want you to talk about my success of playing Vegas, making over $8 million during my career, which is still going on, working with professional athletes all over the world, doing commercials for IKEA furniture, being their spokesman for several years. They don't want to talk about me, let's say, having contracts with the military to do shows. They don't want to talk about all the shows I've done. What else? TV series I did. Okay. They don't want to talk about all my successes. Everything I've done. All they want to talk about is stuff that happened or started over 30 years ago. Wow. When I was young, dumb, and full of cum. Okay? That's what they want to talk about. Because they don't want to talk about hypnosis, because that's what we're here for, right? To talk about hypnosis. We're not here to talk about my past. We're not here to talk about, wait a minute, old girlfriends saying I stole their money when all it is really, truly is I broke up with them. I'm making millions and millions of dollars, but I've got to steal your money? Oh, okay. No, that's what, gentlemen, I'm talking to all the gentlemen right now. Gentlemen, if you've lived any life at all, and I'm 66, if you've lived any life at all, when you put your dick, okay, right in the wrong hole, you could have some major problems. Well, I'm going to tell you, I've put my dick in the wrong hole. I got problems.
We've all done that.
Okay. So bottom line is there is nothing on the internet that I'm ashamed of. Some of it has some truth to it. Some of it, most of it, believe me, 90% of it has no truth to it whatsoever. Maybe 10% of it is true. However, for all of you people that really want to know my past, I was just contacted back in January of this year. A reporter, very reputable. He writes for the Atlantic, the New Yorker. Anyway, they're good. They saw my story on the internet, okay, and they want to write a story about me. It's going to be a major, major, major story coming out about me very soon, and they're even thinking about making it into a movie. So all of you trying to tell people who I am, what I did, whatever happened, please keep on doing it. You are the best marketing I can have. But lastly, before we move on, when you look at all the companies, NBA, IKEA, the Army here, the Air Force, all the people that have hired me over the year, Las Vegas, don't you think that these people vetted me? Because if, I'm not even going to say his name, if he could find it, don't you think that the military could find all this stuff? Or is he the only person that can find this stuff? Yet the military couldn't find it. Playboy couldn't find it. The NBA couldn't find it. The Russians couldn't find it. Okay? I work for all these different entities, but no one can find out all this stuff about me except for the guy that's jealous of me and doesn't have the success that I have. Now, you know what? I wasn't going to tell this story, but since I have all of your attention, that guy, oh, I got to say this. Oh, my God. That guy, A.S. What does say A.S.? That guy, A.S. You might remember everyone, or if you don't, look it up. He came to Las Vegas many years ago, my town, and did a seminar with Jay Noblezada many years ago. What he doesn't know, what I've never told many, many people anyway, is that my sister is in charge of all the licensing for Las Vegas. When you do something in a hotel, in a casino, a business, whatever you're going to do, she's the one that you've got to get the license through. Well, I told my sister, this guy, A.S., when I went over to the UK many, many years before, I was trying to do a show, a comedy show, and many of you have heard of this club, the Stand Comedy Club. I did it in Glasgow, Scotland, and A.S. called the council, the police, anyone that would listen. He tried to shut my show down. That's what he tried to do. Well, guess what the council and the police told him? fuck off. It sounds like a jealous rivalry. Go the fuck away. Guess what? We did the show. It was standing room only. The police showed up for a couple of minutes before the show, did a walkthrough, and said, "You're on." Okay? So my point that I'm trying to make to you is, I could have shut AS down when he came to Vegas. Again, my sister at that time was in charge of all licensing. And believe me, she asked me if I wanted to shut him down. I said, "Sister, no." Why? Because I don't give a fuck about AS. I own so much space inside his head. The guy wrote, wait a minute, years ago, the guy wrote an entire website about me. Who's got time for that? I'm in his head that much. I own him, but I don't give a fuck about him. And if he ever comes back to Vegas again, I won't tell anybody. I won't tell anybody because I don't give a fuck what he does, because his life career doesn't threaten me, but I threaten many people out there. I'm the guy that there is no hypnosis organization in this country, my country. There's no hypnosis organization that wants me there.
Yeah.
How could that be when I am arguably the most successful hypnotist of anybody? I make more money in this game than anyone doing stage in this country. I've done more shows. I can go on and on and on. But anyway, I wanted to get that out so that we can actually move on to what's really going on.
Exactly. This is
that's what we came for. So let's go. Now, I've cleared the air. Let's go.
Exactly. A couple of things that I'll just say as well. Oh, yeah, that was good to get that out. Yeah, a couple of things.
Yeah.
Obviously, for
I feel
UK,
better.
Yeah.
I feel better.
For UK stage hypnotists watching this, please do apply for your licenses with the local council. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, totally get it as well. I know Alex is putting his opinion across in the comment section as well. You know, and that's it's fair to
Let's move on.
Fair somebody, you know what I mean?
Wait. Before you go, didn't you have him on the show like recently?
Yes. Yeah.
Was I there?
No.
You know why? I don't give a fuck about him because he doesn't threaten me. He's trying to get known from my name. I don't need to get known from his name.
Yes.
Okay. There it is, right there, folks. But anyway,
the good thing is, I mean, maybe one day you'll sort it out. You'll cuddle. You'll sort it.
He's gone too far.
Exactly. Too far. So we've got that out of the way now. So let's get to the meat and gravy.
Come on, bring
it. The meat and gravy. So, I mean, when I was asked about you coming on, one of the interesting things. In fact, you know what? Let's go back to the beginning. What was your first kind of instance? When did you first see a stage hypnosis show? What drew your interest into becoming a hypnotist? How did that happen?
It happened like this. I was about 7 years old, and I went to a carnival, a fair, a festival, and there was a hypnotist there. And I thought, after watching that show, that if I could learn that I could go home and hypnotize my parents and get them to do anything I wanted them to do. Stay up late, eat the food I want to eat, whatever. I just thought that that's what I could do. And that's what got me into it. Now, it didn't work because my mother would sit there while I would hypnotize her. I'd be going like, "Mommy, you're getting very sleepy. Mommy, your eyes are getting heavy. Your eyes are closing. You're closing. And she'd go like this. She'd fall off. And I'm thinking, I got her. And she'd go, "Psych, And but anyway, that's what happened. but that's where it all started.
Cool.
That's where it all started. Yeah.
I mean, we've met up. We met up in Vegas when I was over there. I met up when you came over to Liverpool as well. I remember, and this is a name from the past, Jim Conway. I was touring Scotland, and Jim was, for those that don't know, Jim was a very outspoken Scottish hypnotist. He would call a spade, God bless him and rest his soul. And I remember I'd called up to his barn in Scotland, or his big house they had up there, and I was talking to him.
I've been there.
He said to me, he went, because at the time he was like, oh, that Justin, blah, 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 blah. He went, but do you know what? He says there was one tidbit, one piece of advice during his training that was worth the $1,200 or £1,200 that he paid for the training, just for that one bit of advice. And I remember thinking, Jim, if you could just give me that piece of advice for free. But then the next time I went up to Scotland to see him, unfortunately, he had passed. I remember when I saw you in Liverpool and you did the training there, I remembered the bit when you said it. I thought in my mind, that's what Jim was on about.
Okay.
Well,
let me talk about that.
Yeah.
Jim Conway, I knew from Facebook, not ever meeting him, that Jim Conway was that guy that told you what it was, how it was, didn't give a fuck who you are. He's going to tell you what he thinks. And I wanted him at my training really badly.
Yeah.
I begged him and begged him and begged him, coerced him, and he finally sent in the money and he took my training. On the first break, and I got him because I know that this guy's difficult. Okay. On the first break of the training, the very first break, he comes to me and he goes, oh my God, this is worth everything. This is what, in just the first hour, he was like, oh my God. Okay. So, I had to have him and he came, and I thank you for telling your side of that story.
Yeah. Because
there you go. Thank you.
Yeah. It's just, it's weird. And don't get me wrong, from the other side, I see it. I know some of the guys that you train, the 1%ers, there can be, and it's the same with a lot of stage hypnosis. There can be a lot of ego involved in that. And there's a lot of tribalism involved in it as well, of who you've trained with, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But, and I'm not blowing smoke up your ass here. There is a way that you do things that's different from the way that some other people do that. And it's a combination of some old techniques and some stuff that you've put together yourself. But yeah, tell us about that. Tell us about your evolution further. You quite famously do the non-induction induction.
Right. Well, let me say this about all that. When I started playing Vegas, and understand, I have the same background in hypnosis that everybody else has. I was taught all the stuff. What's his name? What's his name? Orman McGill.
Yeah.
Okay. We all go back to that stuff and all the other stuff like that stuff. That's who I was once upon a time, like everybody else. I was that guy. But I got to play Vegas. And when I got there, I said, I've got to be different.
Mm-hmm.
I've got to be different. I cannot do what everybody else does. If you want to stand out in this game and you're doing suggestibility test and progressive relaxation inductions in any form, you can't stand out the way you can stand out. So how did I get what I got? Well, first of all, something that's very, very important when you speak about training. I didn't just take one training from one person or two or three. I trained with over 36 different people. 36! Because I was trying to see what this was all about. You can't understand this game learning from one or two or a book or two. No, you got to hear us all. And I tell all of my students, don't stop with my training. Don't start. You've got to learn from more people than me so that you can get nuggets and pieces like that Jim guy. He got a piece from me. Well, other people have a piece, but I will say this. If you exclude me from all your trainings, you're just stupid. Okay? Because I have more than a piece. I've got pieces that are going to take you to another level. And then you could join the club that I'm in and hated so much and threatened by people. Okay. Now, let me say this. How did I get this? I show up on stage, okay, and I've got progressive relaxation in my pocket. I can like do that. But I started trying things, instant stuff, doing all the stuff that a hypnotist should be, or what the masses think that we really are.
Yeah.
And I started thinking, I got to do what people think that this is. And I started doing it. Now, follow this. How do you practice hypnosis? You can't. But me, you ready? I was getting paid $1 million a year by the Flamingo Hotel and the casino, $1 million a year to actually do my show. Okay. I'm doing 2 shows a night, 6 nights a week, 50 weeks a year. And I did that for 10 years there. Okay. I'm able to practice stuff every night. So bottom line is I started just trying stuff and daring to fail, which is a mantra of mine.
Yeah.
And the stuff was working here and there. But when I would fail, being a magician as I am, I know how to have outs in different things so it doesn't look like I failed and I move on to something else. But the bottom line is no one would be listening to me right now. No one would be talking about me via the internet if I hadn't have played Vegas and changed my style. No one would be talking. I wouldn't even know you. I'd be some average guy doing not much of anything.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't know me, and I would not have been able to figure out all the things I figured out. But on the Vegas stage is where I honed it. And I said, nope, I've got to be completely different than everyone. If you come to my training, I will give you superpowers.
Yeah.
And people will be jealous of you. You will be able to take over any market that you're in. Next question.
Well, and again, it's my final compliment as well. A couple of things. One you might disagree with on this one, but exactly what you said then. You've got to train with everybody.
You do.
And I try and train with as much people as possible. And AS, Alex, I know he's not in the comment section anymore now. I will say I have had his products as well and been to his trainings, and that's it is what it is. He can be a nice guy, but he can be controversial. But I'm never going to join you two together in holy matrimony. So going back to kind of building you up a bit more, not that you need it. The way I kind of described what you did and what I love about it is exactly what you said. It's about superpowers. You teach hypnotists, or you taught me a way of delivering hypnosis that looks like how it looks when you see it in comic books. There's no that build up. There's none of all this lot. There's, look here, stand there, do this, feel that, pow. Do you know
yes.
What I mean? It's kapow.
Yes.
And hypnosis for me is it's expectation and belief. So if that's what they're expecting and that's what they believe, then you don't need to do all that stuff. Now, don't get me wrong, I still do some of that stuff as well, but I love to do the pow.
Let's go here. We have been taught, and it's still being taught. We give away our power.
Yes.
We tell people, well, and I'll talk about stage like here, but also to therapy as well.
Yeah.
But hypnotists will say, please don't volunteer if you don't want to be hypnotized, because I can hypnotize you if you don't want to be. It won't work unless that you allow it and you let it, because you can't be hypnotized against your will, and I can't make you do anything you don't want to do. You've just given away all of your power and you lied to them.
Yeah.
It's just that you were never taught how to hypnotize people against their will. You were never taught how to get people to do things that they didn't want to do. Let's talk about this.
Yeah.
People manipulate people all the time.
Mm-hmm.
We do it to people and they do it to us all the time to actually get us to do what they want us to do. So what we're saying here is that everyone that gets you, or that you've gotten to do something that they didn't want to do, hypnotized you first? No, they didn't. They just manipulated you with whatever way that they did it. So the point is, if we can manipulate people and get people to do things that they don't want to do without hypnosis, we can't do it with hypnosis.
Exactly.
It doesn't make sense to me. You see my point? So like, bottom line is, most of the hypnotists out there, don't be afraid to come to the dark side. Meaning, I can show you stuff that they say you can't do, and I've got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of students around the world that will tell you, yeah, he can do that. Yeah, he certainly can. He taught me how to do it. Yes, he did. You know, they're everywhere. What I do is real, you know, but I don't blame them for not wanting me to be at their hypnosis conventions. I don't blame them for not like wanting me there.
Yeah.
I'm going to steal the show, because when people start to listen to what I say, they're going to go, oh, let me change my whole game now into this, because this is better.
Yeah.
But anyway, I digress.
Going back a little bit, and quite interesting as well. Playboy TV. That was an interesting project. I've
Very.
Yeah.
Naked women are always very interesting.
Yeah. So you were doing shows in strip clubs, and then you did Vegas. You did Playboy TV as well, which was the what was the name of the show? It was
Extreme Truth.
That's it. I remember the first time I saw that. I saw a clip of it on YouTube, and I thought that's really fascinating. It kind of covering kind of what couples, you know, want to kind of talk about.
Yeah. Let me tell you how that came about. They contacted me to actually do the show because there was a first season before me, okay? And that season bombed. I won't tell you who bombed. Look it up, research. You'll figure out who bombed, who they fired, and then they hired me. But they didn't just hire me. Understand, I had to audition against 40 some hypnotists to actually get this part. It wasn't they went like, here. The guy the first year that did it, he didn't audition against anybody. He just went in, they liked him, and they didn't know any better, and they hired him. Well, it bombed. When they hired me, the show became, at one time, I don't know now, it became their #1 show of all time. Wow. I don't know if that's still true, but it did. And I believe it's still playing in reruns. Now, why didn't we do another season? We didn't do another season because Playboy's management changed. And when management changes, they throw everything out and they want to start something new. And now we realize the Playboy brand isn't what it used to be, is it? It's just keeps going, down. So doing that show was wonderful. And when we talk about, okay, Kayla, first of all, let's go here. Because I want you people to understand things that I did. The first season, the guy that did the show would take people into a room and he would hypnotize them for like an hour, work with them for an hour. Then he'd bring them out on the set and they'd start the show, right? And he'd go, sleep, and they go, gone. Okay. We all know that way. So now I get the show and they're telling me, here's my hypnosis room where I go. And I go, hypnosis room? I don't need a hypnosis room. I say, we're going to hypnotize them on the set. I am going to simply do this. I want the person that I'm to work with, I want them on the set, mic'd up, ready to go. The crew is ready. I'll walk in, I'll say, start, you count it down, and we begin. I'm going to hypnotize them in front of the camera because I'm not afraid of failing. Because I know with the skills that I have, I'm going to hypnotize this person on the camera right now for real. Okay? Now, that's the way we did it. And it blew them away. And it saved so much time because I'm actually doing it on the camera for real. And that's what you see. Now, understand this, people. I never met anyone. I refused to meet anyone before the show, not even say hello. Now, there is a time where that I had to meet a few of them in passing. This happened a couple times. My dressing room was all the way in the back, and I had to walk past them to actually do certain other things that I needed to do like during the day. And their dressing room door might be open when I'm walking by. So I would simply go, thank you for coming, and I keep on moving. That was about as much as I said to them because I didn't want to influence them in any way, shape, or form. So bottom line, I'd say 95% of the people never saw me until that they saw me on the set.
Yeah.
Okay, ready to go. I believe that was honest. I believe that was fair, not to work with them before the show. How many hypnotists will show up to any TV interview, anything live, and not work with them before the broadcast? Yeah. I'm that guy.
Yeah.
Those are the skills that I teach you to do. Don't work with them before. You don't have to. If you understand what I understand, you don't have to. So that's what I teach. That's what I show. Okay.
Perfect. Quick question, David.
Yeah.
When did you do your first show?
My first show was at a professional show where I got paid. Was at a college in Philadelphia, where I'm from.
No.
So I would say that had to be in the early. No, I'd say the mid to early 70s.
Wow.
Mid to early 70s is when I did my first professional show and got paid for it. Yeah.
Tell us about, you say dare to fail. The thing that comes from that is, the confidence, intent, all of that works. But surely the great Justin Tranz has had some failures along the way, maybe in those early days. But tell us about the most challenging show you've ever had and why.
Well, let me say it like this first. If any hypnotist tells you that he doesn't fail, he's freaking lying to you.
Yep.
Do I fail? Of course I fail. That is why I succeed, is because I fail. I dare to fail. You are going to learn far more from your failures,
yes,
than you are from your successes. So dare to fail. The worst failure I ever had, this is the very worst, and I couldn't save it. I failed. Put it this way, I've never failed where I can't like turn it into something else.
Yeah.
Okay. But this one time I failed. And what happened was I'm in Vegas, I'm doing a show, sold out. Okay. And I'm doing the induction thing that I do, blah, 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 blah. And I tell, you ready for this? I tell certain people to leave the stage. But somehow I said it wrong. And the people that I wanted to keep on stage walked off. And all the people that I didn't want stayed on. And the bottom line is, I knew I was screwed in that moment because I just gone through the process. I got all these people, I can't make it work. So then I just simply said, folks, I'm sorry to stop the show right now. I said, I'm feeling a bit ill. Okay, I'm so sorry. Please come back tomorrow for free. We're going to do this. We are going to refund all of your money tonight, and tomorrow you come, or the next time that you're in Vegas, come back for free. Put your name down. We got you. But I'm just starting not feel well. And so I failed. I wasn't going to try to work on people that I had just failed with on stage. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I've already sent back all the freaking gems. I just sent them back. And I thought, oh my God, how did that happen? So that was the one time that happened to me. Yeah. It was a bad one.
And you're right. You learn so much from those shows like that. I remember I came to Vegas a few years ago, and you were at the theater on the corner. I can't remember the name of it now.
O'Shea's.
I can't remember the name.
O'Shea.
Yeah, I remember being in there, and it was in the audience. It wasn't a massive audience. And I remember you did it. It was like a class in and of itself, because there was a few other hypnotists there as well. And you kind of came out and went, I don't want the hypnotist to volunteer.
Yes, I don't.
I want you to see a show with this amount of people. And again, there was some really great stagecraft that you did in there that I'll not give away. But it was a stage that you kind of came off and got into the audience and made it intimate, which just changed the dynamics of the show completely. And it was a great show.
When I realized that there are hypnotists out in my audience, when I realized that, I turn it into a class, a clinic for them, because I want them to see things that they've never seen before. So I kind of turn it into a clinic. It gives me a chance to kind of show off my little skills and stuff like that. But I mean, I love hypnotists that come in the audience, but I don't want you to volunteer ever. And if anyone that I know somehow from the past, or I just met them that day, I don't want them to volunteer. And if they do volunteer, I stop the show and explain to people that I know this person somehow, this way or that way, because I don't want anyone to ever think that I use a plant, a stooge, a fraud. Never, ever, ever. What I do is real. We hypnotists really do have superpowers if you know how to do it.
Yeah.
And it's a shame that we're still in the Orman McGill model of hypnosis. That is, wait. I train with Orman. Orman was a lovely man, a wonderful man. I loved the man. Oh my God, he was great. But folks, his hypnosis was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. What you don't know is Orman McGill was scared before he went out on stage. I was there. He was going, oh, I hope it works tonight. I hope it works. Let me bring out the eye of Sheba. Really? He was scared to death every show he did, afraid he was going to fail. I don't walk out on stage being afraid I'm going to fail. I know it's going to work. Oh, one more thing. Hypnotists, most of you out there, listen to this right now. You play the numbers game. You want 30, 40 people on stage so that you can cherry pick 5 or 6. That means you lose 70% or more of the volunteers playing the numbers game. I don't play the numbers game. My mindset is this. When I lose one person, I'm pissed off. I lose one, I'm pissed off. You can lose 10, 20 people, 30 people, but you got the 1 or 2 that are going to be your stars. No, I believe in making them all stars because I know that I can hypnotize all of these people, all of them, because what the hypnotists don't understand, they say that somnambulists, okay, are only 10 to 20% of the population. You can actually take them there. No, the induction that you use, that will only get 10 to 20% of the adult population over 23 into hypnosis or somnambulism. What I do, I'm getting 90% or more into somnambulism. No. Everyone is hypnotizable because everyone is suggestible. Yeah. If you weren't suggestible, you couldn't learn. Nod your head if you understand. That's good. Okay? So there's so many things that hypnotists don't understand. And what gets me, when these people talk about me, oh, Raven is, oh, you're doing this. Justin lays them on the floor. I can't believe, oh my God, that's against all the rules in the hypnosis handbook. You can't lay them on the ground. Are you crazy? Oh my God.
This is an American thing. Like I don't. So a couple of comments as well. Darren Fraser says he remembers a show where himself, Terry Stokes, and Kelly Carl were all in the audience. What an absolutely great night! And he also says Justin Tranz will do a show in a phone booth if you promise to call.
If you promise to call,
yeah,
I will. I have no fear, fear at all. You know,
where's the laying on the floor thing come from? I put a video up a couple of years ago in one of the groups, and you know what the groups are like, and literally I had like Americans sending me messages. I had an Australian hypnotist send me a message saying if I went to Australia he would punch me in the face because I lay people on the floor. And I was like, wow, in England we're kind of cool with that, but over US wide, you guys take that really seriously.
What rule book does it say we can't lay people on the floor? Where does that come from? Yeah. I'm not going to tell the audience why I do it, but audience and all of you that criticize me for doing it, you got to think, wow, this guy's really successful. There must be a reason why he does it. But instead of them asking me, learning from me, coming to learn why that I do it, no, they don't do that. They just criticize and go, oh my God, that's horrible. The floor is dirty and this and that. And da, 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 da. I hypnotize hypnotherapy clients, okay? The NBA players, I hypnotize everyone. I put them on the floor, no matter what I'm doing. I'm telling you, no matter what I do with hypnosis, 99.9, I lay them on the floor, unless, of course, they can't go on the floor because of some physical reason, you know, that they just can't. Well, then I don't then. But if they can actually go on the floor, their ass is going on the floor. Hypnotherapy, stage shows, demos, whatever I'm doing, I'm putting them on the floor. Yeah. And though, again, I say, they should be asking me why I do it. Not actually saying, oh, you should not do that. Believe me, there are many, many, many good reasons that I figured out why that I should do it. And that's what I teach.
Yeah. Moving slightly away from that, I know something you did a couple of years ago. Maybe it's a little bit different now with everything that's going on in Russia. But yeah, you were in Russia quite a lot.
Yes.
The sports hypnosis stuff, you kind of the stage stuff, put it into kind of mindset for the NBA, and that's took you around the world. I mean, how was Russia back then, if you know what I mean?
Let me tell you something. I would absolutely, and this is before now, let's just say, okay, with the Ukraine stuff going on, because I was there before all this happened. Okay. I absolutely love Russia. The people, the country, the architecture. I would move there in a heartbeat
Mm.
if they didn't have winter. Okay.
Yeah.
I can't do the winter. But again, understand, going like back to some stuff. These people vetted me. They know who I am before I come. If I'm the fraudster, all these people that I work for aren't going to hire me. Okay? They're not. I've been vetted by everybody. Okay? And I still get to work.
Jumping back a little bit, the comment section is kind of blowing up a little bit with people saying, "Why'd you put them on the floor?"
I won't. You have to pay me. You got to come to my training. You have to either write this, come to my training, or buy my training video, and I'll explain all. And Grant knows this, and all of my students know this. Once you've become my student, you can contact me anytime, and I will take the time and I will answer all of your questions, whatever they are. I don't duck anybody that is a student of mine. I will help you, whatever you need from me. And all of my students, just like Grant, will tell you, I'm always here to help you. But I can't give you all that information because everybody else paid for it.
Yeah.
We don't want to give you our edge for free. Come and join the family. Join the family, DA family.
Yeah.
Join the family, and I'll tell you everything.
You did a great, I'll say, suggestibility test.
Yes.
And it was again delivered really, really well, and it's one of my favorites to kind of do in an impromptu setting. And that's the whole, it's completely natural to swallow, but what about now? I just think that is just brilliant the way it captures people as well. I think Jason Simmons was talking to me about it, and he again the same, thinks it's just such a great test.
Well, here's the thing, though. Let's go back to what we talked about. When you're on the street, anywhere, the average human being thinks that we've got these superpowers and that we can hypnotize people to do things against their will and get them to do things and whatever, just like that. Snap. Well, I've designed a bunch of stuff wherever you happen to be, any situation, you can get hypnotic phenomenon on people instantly.
Yeah.
You see, we've been taught, you hypnotists out there, you know that you've been taught this. You've been taught this. Don't take on any challenges. Okay? Understand, when you don't take on challenges, you can't learn. Yeah. I have all these tricks and hypnosis things I can do because I took on all the challenges. That's where you learn. So when you're busy making excuses why you cannot do it right now, or this isn't the right time and place, and there's too much noise and that, I'm already got them doing all kind of like crazy stuff, like they can't swallow, their eyes are locked, their arm will go up or fly up, they'll like fall off balance. Okay, I'm doing all kinds of crazy stuff with them, and you're sitting there explaining hypnosis to them.
Yeah,
I don't explain hypnosis, I do hypnosis.
The best way. A couple of comments as well. Darren says, I've trained with Justin. I've trained with many people, and Justin Tranz is the only one I can literally call up and he picks up the phone every time. Ian Leopold says, agree 100% with Darren, who originally introduced me to JT, doing some awesome things. Richard Cole's got a great question. Where does Justin see the industry being in 5 years' time? What will be the new, and how will shows have changed?
I don't know, but I would hope that hypnotists stop doing progressive relaxation inductions. Stop doing long, boring pre-talks. Stop giving away their power. Stop doing finger magnets and heavy light arms in this. All the suggestibility tests that you've been taught, all of them.
Yeah.
You have to put the subject, the people, in a unusual position. Put your hands together, extend your fingers into apart. That's unnatural. One arm up, one arm down, this one, heavy light arms. You've got to get them to look like Frankenstein to actually do it. Okay? The hand clasp, you've got to get them to squeeze it. No. All these suggestibility tests, you have to get people to do something that's unnatural. Everything I teach you, they're just naturally standing there or sitting there. You don't have them to do anything but just be, and the phenomenon happens to them, and it blows their mind.
Yeah.
Okay. Give up all these suggestibility tests, progressives, explaining hypnosis, do hypnosis. But you got to learn that.
It's so nice to see that moment. Darren Fraser says here that the eye lock was a game changer for me. Oh. Yes, I mean the eye lock I think that was the thing that Jim Conway was on about. That's it for me. It was such a clever bit, that as well. I
have a couple of them actually.
Yeah, David Banfield says so no pre-talk. I mean, pre-talk isn't. I mean, in the UK, we kind of have to have it for the council. There's certain things we have to say, if you know what I mean. So, David, still do pre-talk, still do health and safety and stuff. And weirdly, in England, we have this weird thing of anything that's common sense, we have to make it law. It's a good thing, I suppose. But yeah, there's a moment when like. I mean, I don't want to give too much stuff. I don't want to give anything away. It's your stuff. But when you say to them, like,
and your stuff, and their stuff, our stuff, yeah, bought it. Yeah, it's our stuff.
when you do the, feel it, and then stuff starts to happen, and they're looking at it, and they're like, what the hell is happening?
What the hell just happened?
Exactly. And
wait. When the stuff starts to happen to them, you just changed their whole paradigm. You just shifted them. They're like going, oh shit, this stuff works. I'm feeling this right now.
Yes.
Okay. That's what's going on.
Yes.
Or you could have just stood there and explained hypnosis to them.
Yes.
And now then, when you explain hypnosis to them, they begin to analyze everything you say, and you don't want them to do that. So why don't you get them to experience hypnotic phenomenon in a moment or two? When they do that, now they're all ready to go.
Yeah.
But they don't teach you that anywhere else but with me.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? Let me tell you something. I've had so many students that said to me, oh my God, I can't believe I did not train with you sooner. I listened to all these people out there telling me all this horrible stuff, and that you're arrogant, and you're this, and you're that, and then you're terrible, and you're a fraud, and you're and I didn't come, and then I finally came, and now, oh my God, I should have did this a long time ago. I love hearing that.
Yeah.
And I love hearing people, after they really get to know me and hang out with me, and they go, he's nothing like they said. Absolutely nothing. Okay? It's wonderful.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
As I said. Good.
Yeah, I think it's weird because especially when you're successful in stage hypnosis, even the unsuccessful stage hypnotists have big egos. So when you're successful, your ego is even bigger. But then online, you are a target for a lot of stuff. So I know sometimes online you say stuff and I'm like, oh, I know. But I know for meeting you a couple of times in person, you're a genuinely nice guy and very giving of your time and knowledge.
Fame is a bitch, man. Fame is a bitch.
Yeah. Jason O'Callaghan says, only hypnotist I trained with. And Darren Fraser says, the secret is in the special sauce.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Darren. Thank you, thank you, thank you. No, well, let's talk about Darren for a moment.
Yeah.
Darren was not a fan of me at all at first. He did not care for me, did not like me at all. And we are very good friends now. But it only happened because he took though my training and got to know me. But you know like that. Also, but also I must admit that my Facebook persona, if you do not know me, comes off kind of like brash at times. I do. So I've actually helped it some too. I have some like fault at my Facebook personality being that I'll just hit you. So I do take responsibility for some of that stuff. Okay. But after you get to know me, you know me. I'm down to earth. I'm real. I just want to teach you, help you, share with you. I'm a different human being off of Facebook. But I'm just not going to let anyone talk about me and attack me without me actually coming back at them at times. At times I do, at times I don't, So it depends on my mood that day.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what we'll do whilst we're here as well. I'll just put this up here. That should put a link to your website in the comment section as well. Now, I believe, you're all the way over there, but a little birdie tells me, this little birdie indeed popped into my ear and went, I hear that Justin might be coming to the United Kingdom.
I am. The weekend of, I believe it's a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the 24th, the 25th, the 26th of June, I will be in the UK somewhere. When we get it all nailed down, you'll hear the cost, the location, whatever. I'm telling you, take a chance on me. I will up your game. Up it.
So guys, especially UK guys, again, even if you're not in the UK, if you're in Europe and you're wanting to get involved in this, it's a great opportunity. I've put a link up to Justin's website. Drop him an email, let him know that you're interested. Get yourself on there, because I can imagine it's going to get booked up really quick as well. It's exciting.
Let me say this too. My training is not for stage only. I teach hypnotherapy as well, and I teach you why the tricks of the stage make you a better hypnotherapist.
Yes.
So then all the things I learned on stage, I use in my therapy too. So if you are a hypnotherapist and you don't want to do stage hypnosis at all, you're going to learn it, but you're also going to learn how it's going to make you a better hypnotherapist. That's what I also teach. So my training isn't just about it. It's about therapy, stage, street, sports hypnosis. I want to teach you all that stuff. Okay.
Darren Fraser says, and late July, early August for a Vegas training as well.
Thank you for saying that. Yes. We are also going to be doing it end of July or the early August. We're going to be doing a 3-day training as well. I forgot that. Thank you, Darren. Thank you.
Fantastic. So that's two great trainings coming up with as well. The London one, I'm quite excited about, if you know what I mean. Definitely we're going to meet up, maybe get some sushi.
Some sushi.
Some sushi. Might be vegetable sushi. I'm not a fish fan, to be honest.
Teriyaki, okay.
Yeah, exactly. But it's been an absolute pleasure. I always ask guests this as well. If you were to give one golden nugget, and I know you don't like giving golden nuggets away, but if you were to give one golden nugget to a stage hypnotist that's out there that can up their game, whether it's a stage hypnotist or a hypnotherapist, one golden nugget, what would it be?
The first thing I would say, and I mean this with all the humility that I have, take my training number one. Take my training number one. The other thing I would tell you is you've got to dare to fail.
Yeah.
You've got to dare to fail. You're going to learn far more from your failures than you're going to learn from your successes.
Yeah.
Dare to fail. You've got to do that.
Yeah.
And you've got to stop doing suggestibility tests and progressive relaxation inductions. There's a better way.
Yeah.
Stop giving away your power. Stop saying all that stuff. It's like, well, this isn't going to work unless you want it to work. And I can't, oh my God, stop it. Oh. Let me say this to you too. You ready? I was wondering, how many of you out there have heard this from the general public? Have you ever heard of this? At least once. I tried hypnosis, but it didn't work on me.
Mm-hmm.
You can't count the times that you've heard that. Well, let me tell you why you've heard it. I gave it a lot of thought. The reason you heard that is because 99.999% of hypnotists use scripts.
Yeah.
Progressive relaxation inductions, and they only work on 10 to 20% of the population over the age of 23 to take them into the deeper stages. So that's why you hear it, because it's the induction that they used that did not work on them. Yeah. So that's why we hear it. Understand that there is a way to get a much higher percentage of people, and that's of course the stuff that I teach. And I thank you, Grant, for giving me the opportunity to actually be here, tell my truth, tell my story, share with everybody. And I want to thank AS for exposing me to possibly people that have never heard of me. Because when you really do your research about who I am and my work in hypnosis and my success in hypnosis, and you start to compare what I've done with everybody else, you'll probably want to train with me. Yeah. So AS, keep the hate. Keep it going. Please. I'm begging you. Because, wait. The man doesn't realize over the years how much money that he's made me. Because there are people that can't wait to take my training because of all the shit that he says. Keep talking about me. Thank you.
Brilliant. Right. Justin, it has been, it's fair to say it's been one of my favorite ones. You can't have favorites. I know that. But it has been a roller coaster. It has been a roller coaster, and the comment section has been on fire. Guys, if you have enjoyed it, please do. Obviously, if you do not follow Justin on social media already, please do that. Hit his website, drop him an email as well, showing you're interested in that. If you are watching this on YouTube, then please do give me a subscribe. If you're not on YouTube and you're watching this on Facebook, then please click on the link and still give me a subscribe as well. And yes, guys, thank you once again for joining us for Grant Talks Funny Bits with the one and only Mr. Justin Tranz himself. Muhammad Ali says the greatest hypnotist of all time. It's only because Muhammad didn't meet me, though.
That's true.
Exactly. Justin, it's been an absolute pleasure. It's been a long time coming, and thank you very much for being part of it as well. Cheers.
All right.
And I shall see you. I'll see you in a few weeks' time.
Yes, you will. I will be there.
Fantastic. Take care, buddy. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Guys, thank you very much for joining us as well. Each week, we're trying to make you an expert stage hypnosis performer, and tonight has been no different. Please do show him lots of love in the comment section as well, and we'll see you again later.